Do you have any idea what this thing is? This is a little lever that you put your finger on and you tap. And there is a code called Morse code that has translated the alphabet into, each letter has a set of dots or dashes that make that letter. And so if it's a dot, you tap it quick, and if it's a dash, then it's a slower. So this is called a telegraph, and these messages were sent over wires, and this was before telephones, and it was invented by Samuel Morse, and that's why it's called Morse code, the dots and dashes. And you can look up more about that online if you're curious. It's briefly mentioned in our story today. It just mentions a telegraph boy on his bicycle. So what he would be doing is taking someone's handwritten message to the telegraph office, which a lot of times was at the post office or a train station, and he would give the handwritten message to the telegraph operator. That operator would then tap out the code on here, and the message would go through a wire to the other town, and that telegraph operator would listen to the message and then translate it back into handwriting, or type it on a typewriter and then deliver it to the person who was supposed to get it. So it was a kind of a way of doing mail that was faster than mailing a letter. Interesting. So the word is telegraph. Read that with me. Telegraph. So tele means far away, and graph means writing. So it's a way of sending writing far away, just like telephone is tele, far away, and phone means hearing, like phonograms are the sound that you hear. Okay, this word doesn't have a picture. We're just going to read it. Happening. Happening. This little boy is at the library, and he is blank which book to get. Deciding which book to get. Deciding. That's one of your sight words. We talked about that. What shape is this? Yep, it's a square. Square. And in this picture, it's the end of the day. So it is, that's right, sundown. Compound word, sun down. This is an old-fashioned word for a policeman, and usually this round hat kind of gives it away. He's a constable. Constable, not constable. Constable. Okay, let's get into our book for today. I'm going to read pages 20 to 27, and remember they got to Popperville, and they are hoping to be able to dig the cellar for the new town hall. When they got there, they found that the selectmen were just deciding who should dig the cellar for the new town hall. So what is a selectman? Those would be like the county commissioners or the city council, those kind of people. They're in a local government. They're making a decision about this. Mike Mulligan spoke to Henry B. Swap, one of the selectmen. I heard, he said, that you are going to build a new town hall. Mary Ann and I will dig the cellar for you in just one day. What? Said Henry B. Swap. Dig a cellar in a day? It would take 100 men at least a week to dig the cellar for our new town hall. Sure, said Mike, but Mary Ann can dig as much in a day as 100 men can dig in a week. Though he had never been quite sure that this was true. Then he added, if we can't do it, you won't have to pay. Henry B. Swap thought that this would be an easy way to get part of the cellar dug for nothing, so he smiled in a rather mean way and gave the job of digging the cellar of the new town hall to Mike Mulligan and Mary Ann. So does Henry B. Swap think they can do it? No, he doesn't believe they can do it, and he hopes they can't do it. He wants to get some of the work done for free. They started in early the next morning, just as the sun was coming up. Soon a little boy came along. "Do you think you will finish by sundown?" he said to Mike Mulligan. "Sure," said Mike, "if you stay and watch us. We always work faster and better when someone is watching us." So the little boy stayed to watch. Then Mrs. McGillicuddy, Henry B. Swap, and the town constable came over to see what was happening, and they stayed to watch. Mike Mulligan and Mary Ann dug a little faster and a little better. This gave the little boy an idea. He ran off and told the postman. What's a postman? He's the mailman, right? He ran off and told the postman with the morning mail, the telegraph boy on his bicycle, the milkman with his cart and horse, the doctor on his way home, and the farmer and his family coming into town for the day, and they all stopped and stayed to watch. That made Mike Mulligan and Mary Ann dig a little faster and a little better. They finished the first corner neat and square, but the sun was getting higher. That's where we have to stop for today. So you're going to read the pages 20 to 27 in your book and have your best expression. Remember to make Henry B. Swap sound kind of mean and Mike Mulligan to sound very hopeful. But before I let you go, let's talk real quick about characters, setting, and the problem of the story. So the characters are easy. The two main characters are Mike Mulligan and Mary Ann. Good. And now we're getting some other characters. Who are they? Henry B. Swap, the little boy, all these townspeople. Good. What is the setting of the story? There have been several. So we have at the beginning, he was all over the countryside doing things like digging canals, and he was in the cities digging a cellar. And now, what's the name of the town he's in? Popperville. Good. And remember, setting also has to do with the time period. So this picture right here makes it very clear that the time period would be probably around the turn of the last century, which would be around 1900, because we have lots of people in horse-drawn vehicles, and we also have a car. So it's kind of that time period where the people that had more money could get a car, but the ordinary folks like the farmers, they just had a horse-drawn wagon. And we also have a bicycle here. And then we also know that it's the time when the steam shovels are going out and diesel and gasoline are coming in. So sometime during the Industrial Revolution, early 1900s. Okay. And what's the problem of the story? Problem, go ahead and say it to somebody. Now the problem is Mike Mulligan and Mary Ann can't find enough work, and so they've agreed to dig this cellar in just one day or they won't get paid. So we really need them to finish this in one day, don't we? Or this will be Mary Ann's last job ever. And we don't want anything to happen to Mary Ann. Okay, have fun reading today.